Empowerment at work has a range of different meanings, and I think it's important to understand that it's not just one thing, because if you did try to singularly define it, that could actually go against the whole ethos of what empowerment is. So, at the most basic level, empowerment means helping people have the agency and the power in order to help make changes at their workplace, changes in their life, and changes in ways to the organization in which they wish to make it better, whether that's on a profitable level, ethical level, or just an everyday operational level. I think when we do start talking about empowerment at work, though, we kind of mean it in two ways, as you would take the sentence, empowerment at work, or the phrase. One is empowerment at the place of work, right? And this can mean really looking at the different means in which people can feel a sense of agency, in which people can feel as if they're not just being told what to do, or as if they're not just being told what their kind of career path is or what they have to do, but actually feeling as if they have some kind of role in shaping this. And this can be on an individual level. I think you have seen in a more market-based sense employability, so people kind of using their CV as means in order to control their destiny, so to speak. You can see this on a more collective level in terms of people using protest or people using kind of consultation or engagement to actually try to influence organizational strategies. But we are talking about here at work a little bit about what does an organization in which they're standing for mean? What is it that they stand for, actually? What is it that they have values for? And how is it that they treat those values in practice? And what are the ways in which everyday people have an opportunity in which to influence this? And what kind of spaces exist at work? And for people to actually innovate. And if they see things that they would like to change or see things that they'd like to improve, actually have the opportunity to do so, whether individually or with others. I think we also mean employment at work as a type of action. Right? Employment, if you will, at work, right? The practice of it. And I think this is an important element because we can talk a lot about trying to create a bottom-up organization or a sense of shared leadership, or I think a key word now is engagement. But what does it actually mean in our lived reality? And this is where it gets a little more, I think, exciting sometimes because it goes from the word to the action, but also it allows us to see the diverse means in which it can play itself out. So here empowerment work can mean whether putting in more kind of democratic mechanisms, whether at a community basis, such as participatory budgeting in an area. It can mean something around trying to create things that are more consultative in terms of decision making, whether that's between senior management and people, whether that's like through doodle polls, even something as simple as that, to something more fundamental, such as allowing different sorts of people to sit on senior management boards. But that's where the exciting part comes in, because when we then talk about empowerment, we're also then beginning the process of talking about who has power, why, how is it used, and for what purpose. So when you start thinking about empowerment at work, or the actual practice of power, it's about seeing where do people have agency and where can they have agency, and what are the possibilities as opposed to the limits of what an organization or society can do.